Gives you an idea what the roads are like around here. This is right out in front of the hotel. Wildlife is up and running big time. Yep, it's another end of the STO Rally. This is Saturday the 16th, I think it is. Yes, it is September 16th, 2017. And this is the end of the STO Rally. I'm just sitting up here on the 3rd floor. There's my room right there. And just watching traffic go by, just kind of relaxing. Got a long drive ahead of me tomorrow. A long ride ahead of me tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. But, hey, it's... I ride down, I ride back. If the Malibu had stayed together, well, I would have had the PCX down here. I don't know that it would have been any better or worse. Silverwing's doing just fine. Did have an issue with the belt, losing a chunk on the lower side, and I kept telling everybody it was missing something, but nobody wanted to believe me, and it's like, something's wrong. And so, can't you hear it with the sound of the engine? And it's, no. It's like, it's coming from the belt case, and sure enough, there's a chunk of the belt missing. So apparently I'm super tuned to how my bike is running. It's not really all that surprising, but I kind of figured, you know, if nothing else, I should be attuned to it. That's just kind of how it works. But we ended up changing the belt really fast. With an impact wrench, a Makita 18 volt impact wrench that Ken had with him. I have got to get me one of those. But tomorrow I ride home. Do a quick check of the bike and make sure she's all roadworthy, and go home. And unlike the ride down, I'm not going to be busting balls to get home. I'm just going to take it nice and leisurely. I'm going to get out on 65, top out probably 65 miles an hour, and say, you know, you got a problem with that, go around me. But, yeah, it was fun. The only thing I got going against this is the time of year down here. It's ragweed. It's ragweed season down here, and my gosh, I'll tell you what. Even my weather alert is going off like crazy right now. Oh, is that Roy? No, that's a camper. Thought that was an ambulance. Roy has an old ambulance that he uses as a work truck. And Roy was telling me that they need people down here to do HVAC work, because apparently all the companies that are down here, people will call them and they won't call back. I have thought about it, but something tells me living down here is different than visiting down here. And this whole area here is all a tourist town. So, you know, Monday through Thursday, they're all complaining that they don't have customers and they're going out of business and all that. So I'm sure they'll do the Restaurant 101 down here just like they do up in Michigan. Of course, they never say that when everything's busy and they've got a dining room full of people. It doesn't work then. So, but hey, you know, I'm sure that's how it is everywhere in the country. The thing that they really got going against them is the ragweed. It gets real bad down here. I've been on Benadryl all day long, and it hasn't been knocking me out like it does back home. Either they're getting like placebo Benadryl down here, or like it says on the weather report, it's really bad. So, and apparently their hay fever season goes right to the end of November, so that's not good for me either, because our hay fever season up in Michigan ends like mid-October. After we get our first frost, it starts backing off. So like in another month it'll be backing off, but down here it'll keep going on for like 2 more months. It is nice down here. I like it. I like the roads. Alright, well, there's always next year. I can try to get the PCX down here next year. I have more time. I still want to change the exhaust. I still want to do some other things to it to make it more roadworthy. The exhaust on the bike, it's just terrible. It's all rusted and disintegrating, and eventually I'm worried that since it was shaking so bad up in there, I'm worried about that part that goes up to the head. I'm thinking that's probably all stress cracked and everything. It's only a matter of time before that lets go. So I think I do need a new exhaust. Of course, just riding it around will probably prove my point. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just making a mountain out of a molehill. Or maybe I'm just not done tinkering with it. And I don't really need to get an exhaust that's super loud or anything, but I do want an aftermarket. I want to get something that takes the sewing machine sound away a little bit, or masks the sewing machine sound just a little. I don't want it loud. I just want to get it so it's noticeable, you know. But how much more noticeable can you make a 125, right? Oh well. We had two Forzas this year. Come to the rally. I really liked it. Marla's and Terry Lee's. I really liked those bikes. They are nice. I was checking them out and looking them over. Basically, they're still laid out like the Reflex. The emergency brake's a little weird on it, but I'm sure I could learn to live with that. I mean, look, I went from the emergency brake, or not emergency, but the parking brake being up on the dashboard on the Reflex to being under the dashboard on the Silverwing, so I think I can probably handle the lever under the dashboard on the Forza. But I don't want to spend $5,000 on another bike. Oh well, maybe something will come up in the year. I don't know, or maybe just suck it up and, like I said, bring the PCX down here. Let her flick through these curves. We'll see.